fellow Americans, please, if you have a seat.
How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the very divisive speech that Joe Biden gave on primetime television last night. Now, I don't know what the purpose of the speech was, because remember, when Joe Biden was running, what did he say he was going to be? The great unifier. He won't be a divider. He won't tear us apart as a nation. But all that I heard in that speech was, you angry MAGA Republicans, you cannot accept the results of the 2020 presidential election. Get over it. All this and that and the third. It wasn't about unifying. It was about identifying a group of people, attacking them over and over and over again, and then saying, hey, if we could just cut this cancer out of society, then we'll be all right. Okay, that's what's going on. And who is a MAGA Republican? You talking about what, millions of people, 50 million people or more? I mean, this is basket of deplorables Hillary Clinton 2.0. I mean, these people don't really learn. Maybe they don't really care because they feel like they have control over everything. So they don't need to really learn. They could just do whatever they want. But this speech was very divisive. Now, before I go any further into it, let's roll some clips. If you want to see these clips in full without my commentary, the link will always be in the description. But let's start first with a little bit of heckling from the crowd. I can't tell if they're saying F Joe Biden or let's go Brandon. You be the judge.
2020 election as preparation for the 2022 and 2024 elections. They tried everything last time to nullify the votes of 81 million people. This time, they're after the.
So that's that. It was kind of faint in the background. And this background, this aesthetic, I'm not sure what's going on here. Are they trying to channel the dark Brandon energy? I don't really know what's going on, but that's a very interesting choice of ambiance there. But let's continue here. So here's the beginning of the speech. Immediately talking about Trump and MAGA Republicans. That's the enemy that he's been able to identify and attack throughout the entire speech.
But as I stand here tonight, equality and democracy are under assault. We do ourselves no favor to pretend otherwise. So tonight, I've come to this place where it all began to speak as plainly as I can to the nation about the threats we face, about the power we have in our own hands to meet these threats.
Now, let's pause for a minute. When he says threats, what do you think he'll talk about? Is it about China, North Korea, some other kind of rogue nation, Middle East somewhere, Islamic type stuff? Or is he talking about you and I? Let's see.
And about the incredible future that lies in front of us if only we choose it. We must never forget, we the people are the true heirs of the American experiment that began more than 2 centuries ago. We the people have burning inside of each of us the flame of liberty that was lit here at Independence Hall. A flame that lit our way through abolition, the Civil War.
Just to observe this, he's not far from where he lives. Okay, he lives in Wilmington, but this is in Philly. It's right there. So he doesn't really want to go too far from home. That's interesting, but let's continue.
Suffrage, the Great Depression, world wars, civil rights. That sacred flame still burns. Now in our time, as we build an America that is more prosperous, free, and just. That is the work of my presidency, a mission I believe in with my whole soul. But first, we must be honest with each other and with ourselves. Too much of what's happening in our country today is not normal.
Here we go.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic.
So when I was asking the question, like, who's going to be the threat? Is it going to be some kind of foreign rogue nation? terrorist threat, suicide bomber. No. Just Donald Trump and you and I, MAGA Republicans. You have a 1776 flag on your truck or something like that, or you believe in the rule of law, you believe in fair and free elections. You're a MAGA Republican. You are deplorable. Basket of deplorables 2.0.
Now, I want to be very clear. Very clear.
And the crowd goes wild. Who's in the crowd? Donors, political class. I don't see anybody under the age of 45 in that crowd, but let's continue.
Up front, not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans.
Yeah.
Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology. I know, because I've been able to work with these mainstream Republicans.
Okay, when he says mainstream Republicans, who are you talking about? You talking about Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney? Hey, you talking about Democrats, rhinos? Okay, let's continue here. And then he acknowledged the person right there with the bullhorn. Let's see what he said about the guy with the bullhorn saying, "Let's go, Brandon," or "F Joe Biden," whatever it was.
Throughout our history, America's often made the greatest progress coming out of some of our darkest moments, like you're hearing that bullhorn.
Darkest moment. So that's one of the darkest moments. The bullhorn. You getting heckled. That's the equivalent of like a dark moment, like terrorist attack, Great Depression, stock market crash, bullhorn outside of a speech, dark moment. Okie dokie. Let's keep on rocking here. Oh, and here we go with the whole election thing, because they want to really push that. They want to say that MAGA Republicans, you guys embrace January 6th. You guys believe in a stolen election. You guys don't believe in fair and free elections. You want to pass things to restrict elections. Although people like Hillary Clinton will say the election was stolen from her and she won. Stacey Abrams will say the election was stolen and she won. But if Trump says the exact same thing, that he's the worst thing to ever grace the face of the planet. It's funny how that works. It's double standards. But like I say, like I always say, like you guys always know, without double standards, the left would have no standards. Let's see this right here and see what he says.
They were cheated. And that's where the MAGA Republicans are today.
Hold on. Did I miss the beginning?
They were cheated.
But the caption says, democracy cannot survive when one side believes there are only two outcomes to an election. Either they win or they were cheated.
And that's where the MAGA Republicans are today. They don't understand what every patriotic American knows. You can't love your country only when you win. It's fundamental.
I mean, who says we don't love America, though? Who says we hate America? We're not the America haters. You're pointing the finger in the wrong direction. You guys over there are the ones who hate America. You guys are the ones who get triggered by American flags. Okay, it's y'all. It's not us. If we believe that a thing was not done appropriately or it was some shady stuff going on, we're going to speak up and say it. I mean, what's wrong with that? We still do have freedom of speech in this country, don't we? We're not going to get locked up for saying that we think something was wrong, and we shouldn't be persecuted by a sitting president for having our particular beliefs and opinions.
American democracy only works only if we choose to respect the rule of law and the institutions that were set up in this chamber behind me. Only if we respect our legitimate political differences.
The irony, ain't it? The irony. Okay, you say we need to respect your political differences, but then on the other foot, when it comes to us, we don't get the same level of respect. Funny how that works.
I will not stand by and watch. I will not the will of the American people be overturned by wild conspiracy theories and baseless evidence-free claims of fraud. I will not stand by and watch elections in this country stolen by people who simply refuse to accept that they lost. I will not stand by and watch the most fundamental freedom in this country, the freedom to vote, and have your vote counted and be taken from you and the American people.
But see, you know, the thing about it is the election was 2 years ago. You're talking about things that happened 2 years ago. Why not talk about things that are going on right now? It doesn't really matter how you feel. You could say that people that believe in the whole election thing are correct or incorrect. That's totally irrelevant. The point is that that was 2 years ago. So what are you doing right now to move the country forward? You're going to keep harping on the past? Joe Biden will say, Let's not live in the past. Let's move forward. But all I hear is Trump, Trump, Trump. He's been gone since 2021, January. You know, it's been 2 years. So why don't you move forward, sir? Take your own advice. Practice what you preach rather than just trying to attack conservative people under the guise of, oh, it's just the MAGA Republicans. No, you're trying to attack the other side politically, period. But let's check out the ending here, how he wraps it on up with the bow on top. Well, not really a bow, kind of a sloppy shoelace.
God bless you all. Democracy. Thank you.
Okay, where are we going? He's reaching for nobody again, saluting. You know what he's doing at this point? The caption right here is correct. It says, Biden ends his speech with God bless you all, pumps his fist, says democracy, then looks around confused, searching for his caretaker, Dr. Jill. Yeah, he's trying to find the caretaker. It's like, come on, Jill. The mic is off, sir. It's time to go. It's time to go. Get out. Okie dokie. So that was pretty interesting. I didn't catch the entire speech. There's more clips. If I didn't play an entire clip, they'll be in the description. But yeah, that was that. So as I close, I want to say this: very divisive. Although he said he was going to be a unifier, and also he's the one looking in the past rather than the future, talking about conservatives looking in the past, worrying about the election. No, y'all worried about that. Y'all worried about January 6, 2021, almost 2 years ago. You guys worried about November 2020, almost 2 years ago. That's what y'all guys are worried about. We're trying to talk about what's going on right now with this inflation and the food and the housing and the clothing and the shelter and the gas prices. We're worried about that right now. You're trying to attack us because you don't really have anything to hang your hat on as far as any kind of true accomplishments that have pushed the nation forward. Very simple, but I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? How do you feel about this speech from Joe Biden? Was it good? Was it uplifting? Was it positive? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys should know where I'm at. This was a ridiculous speech, very divisive, but it's only like that because midterms are coming up. Democrats aren't doing very well. Joe Biden himself isn't doing really well. So they stick to things that they think kind of work. Okay, we don't have anything to hang our hat on. What can we do? Attack Trump and say they're the ones living in the past when Trump's been gone for 2 years from office. That's how that works. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.